Hi everyone. Today I'm excited to share our analysis of the Next thermostat, focusing specifically on how it was launched and established itself in the smart home market. I just want to begin with an overview of the entire product life cycle. Um, the introductory phase, the growth phase, the maturity phase, as well as the decline phase. This entire presentation is going to cover the life cycle of this product. And then we're going to talk about the cultural context as well as how the geographic location of this product affected the overall marketing strategy. So the smart thermostat is projected to reach approximately $6.4 billion of market share by 2026, and it's already kind of growing right now annually by approximately 21%. And a lot of customers see value in it simply because they end up saving approximately 10 to 12% on their heating and 15% on their cooling bills. And these numbers tell a very important story. It means that this isn't just another home gadget, but rather it's a product that delivers measurable benefits to the consumers. And so that's just an overview of this product. And let's go through it one by one. So we're going to start with the introduction phase of how this was launched. The, the next slide. Awesome. So I want to just dive into the time when Nest was first launched into the market. That was back in 2011. And at the time, they weren't just selling a thermostat, they actually created a brand new product category. Because back in the days, smart home technology was very, very new. So they had four key marketing objectives. First one was they wanted to create awareness about this product because, like I said, it was a brand new product. They wanted to educate their consumers about what it is to have a smart thermostat, and they wanted to explain why someone would want to have a thermostat of at their homes and why it's important, even if they want to save energy. The second was that they wanted to position themselves as a premium innovator. So they wanted to focus on cutting edge learning capabilities. Their design was intentionally sleek and minimal, and they wanted to be seen as sort of the iPhone of thermostats. Thirdly, they wanted to target early adopters. So they wanted to focus on tech hubs like the Silicon Valley. They partnered with high end remote builders and they wanted to build credibility with a more tech savvy crowd. And finally, they wanted to just establish a marketing presence by becoming an industry leader in this segment. And so when it comes to the marketing mix, their marketing mix during this phase was very, very strategic. They focus on the product. So they focus on the circular design that stood out from other traditional thermostats. They included advanced learning algorithms that could learn from users' behavior. And they also offered a mobile app integration, which was back in 2011 quite innovative. Not a lot of people were doing that. They also emphasize on DIY installation so that it's easier for people to just kind of install it themselves. Also, it was just remove a barrier to purchase this. They also focus on price. So they launched it at $249 at the time. And the premium pricing for the thermostat, it kind of justified the saving, the energy saving that was happening. So it was, even though it was $249, the saving that was happening in terms of electricity and heating was a lot more than the price. Secondly, they wanted to make sure that, sorry, thirdly, they wanted to make sure that that the distribution was intentionally limited. So they wanted to do a lot of direct sales on their website and they focus on premium retailers only, and they authorize online resellers only to sell their product. And then finally, for their promotion, they leveraged on tech media partnerships. So they created, which also created incentives for early adopters. They built partnerships with professional installers and sought out professional reviews and endorsements. Um, and when it comes to competition, the next slide. And when it comes to competition, at this time, there was very limited competition because, like I said, they were the very first, they were the pioneers of smart thermostat technology back in the days. So they didn't have a lot of competition during the introductory phase. Their main competition basically was the traditional thermostat market, which gave them a lot of room to establish their own sort of brand awareness and to also educate the market. And then when it comes to the cultural context, like I said, because they were focusing mainly on early adopters, so the Silicon Valley, the West Coast, a lot of people were very, very pro smart thermostat at the time. So it just made a lot of sense for them to market it that way.
Okay. Speaking on the growth stage of the marketing objectives, firstly, speaking about expanding market share. Google Nest focus was on increase the overall market presence, like Yukta mentioned before, and of course capture a larger audience and outperform their competitors. This was essentially uh, much very important, and Google having a good presence in the industry, and plus it already has the brand loyalty and the customer retention. It had a upper hand in that segment. Next was targeting a broader audience, basically identify and engage new customer segments to diversify the consumer base and maximize reach. So this product was mainly initially affordable to the mid-range people or the middle class people and the high class people. And moving on from there, they wanted a broader audience and the younger crowds also and the older crowds also in it. So they got cost effectiveness and also they made it more user friendly for the older audiences. Next, they wanted to increase the sales, during which time they utilized the targeting marketing campaigns and promotions to drive higher sales volumes across all product lines. Lastly, they wanted to enhance the distribution channels and they wanted to optimize their supply chain and ensure that product is available across the country and other nations and it's convenient for customers to obtain them. Next, speaking about the marketing strategy for the growth stage, firstly, starting with diversifying the product line. The range of products they offered, they wanted to attract more customer segments and meet diverse needs. They wanted to enhance features, which recently they have an energy efficiency feature. And with that feature, you get monthly schedules, which are optimized based on your past usage. And it gives you a schedule and you can just press a button and simply it switches on the cooling when you like it and the heating when you like it. Then they wanted to scale up their advertisements and they wanted to increase their investment in for marketing and boost brand visibility throughout. They also considered price adjustments where they reevaluated the price to remain competitive against the new entrants who were offering more promotions and sacrificing the profitability. And lastly, forming partnerships with retailers, collaborating with retail partners to enhance distribution channels and ensure broader product availability. Next, speaking about the competition and cultural context of the growth stage, increased competition and new entrants and existing brands. This was always an issue, but Google, again, with the brand name and the customer retention it holds, it had a upper hand over here. And next, speaking about enhanced offerings from competitors, were not only increasing in number, but also the products and the features they offered, and Google had to make sure it outperforms their competitors and or at least provides an equivalent product. Next, speaking about the importance of cultural nuances in marketing strategies, understanding um, what people in the area or the people in the same industry are talking about and what the target audiences prefers, and understanding and creating marketing strategies accordingly. Lastly, need for marketing to address diverse consumer needs. As I mentioned before, they wanted the not only the mid-aged people, which was their segmented target audience, but also the younger crowds. So they had more effective cost prices, and to attract the more older generation, they had to make it more user friendly, since they're not as technological savvy as the younger generation.
Um, so for the maturity stage, Nest will be focusing more so on maximizing profit while defending its position in this saturated market. You know, we're experiencing competition from Honeywell and I believe it was Ecobee. So we'll be focusing on gaining market share, optimizing pricing strategies, and enhancing customer retention. Where customer retention is a big deal for us here, we'll be introducing product variation, bundling options, and maybe we want to diversify our offering for our customer segment. So for instance, we could maybe launch a model, maybe include some enhanced capabilities on your smartphone device, maybe some AI capabilities as well. just to connect to your larger home. You can go to the next one. In terms of the strategy, we'll be heavily focused on product price, placement, and promotion, trying to get customer feedback. It's very invaluable in this stage so that we can revise our design, adding user requested features and the likes. Also just keeping pricing stable to avoid, alienating our loyal customers, introducing some loyalty programs, discounts, and the likes. In terms of the place, maybe just strengthening our positioning with retailers, key installers in the space, contractors, giving them a special discount, for example, collaborating with utility companies on the energy saving programs would be important. Also targeted campaigns focused on sustainability, engagement, customer testimonials, doing case studies on energy savings, displaying those results for the public to be able to engage with. All of this to enhance the broader brand image, as well as including educational campaigns to show customers how to, unlock the full potential with this device, from energy saving, cost reduction. I think those are key factors that we'll be looking at. I believe there's one more slide for maturity. Yeah. So we want to somewhat match our competitors' core features. We're going to have our own differentiating propositions and innovate as we go. But our machine learning and energy saving algorithms are a very unique selling point and something that we're going to be using heavily to promote to our customers and show how beneficial it is. And I believe that's what is going to give us that cutting edge. You can go on to the next one. So in the declining stage, maybe you could see the market shrinking a bit, a heavy saturation in the market. This could be due to technological advances, maybe some imbalances in the offerings is creating some sort of superiority in that sense. But key objectives is to minimize operational costs, optimize product line, focus on our best-selling models. Which Nest is doing the best in what markets? Can we expand the markets we're already doing well in? To ensuring our resources are allocated adequately to those markets, keeping in touch with our loyal customer bases, offering different value discounts, bundles, like I mentioned earlier. You could go to the next one. Oh, sorry, go back. I haven't finished something. So here, it's also important for us to be simple. Discontinue things that are underperforming. If we have models that are necessarily not helping us meet ROI, we need to get rid of those. Exploring different updates we can. Maybe we need a software update that could take us above the line in terms of the market. Can we reduce our manufacturing costs at any way? In terms of our pricing, maybe we need to pivot. As we mentioned, we're giving different sales discounts. I think that's also additionally important is looking at which platforms we are selling. We had touched on retail as well as e-commerce. So to see which one is that adequate income stream, whether it's a brick and mortar system that we benefit more from, maybe it's the e-commerce system that we benefit most from, but still focusing on increased promotion, highlighting different nostalgia points. Maybe there was a season where we did well or did better, so focusing on those ones. We can go next from there.
Lastly, speaking about the few points, which are like conclusions or recommendations. One is innovation leadership. We want to continue maintaining investments in research and development for the betterment of the product and offering more optimized products. We want to be a leader in sustainability features. And of course, with the new involvement of AI, we want to have all the advanced AI capabilities to optimize our system and our product. Next is market expansion. We want to deepen our partnership with retailers or utility companies who sell us the raw materials, and of course expand a global presence in much more countries. And looking at the geographical locations and the customer focus, we can build a product accordingly and improve user experience and build a community engagement in different geographical locations. Thank you.